versus Ventus here in just a moment.
Yeah, just a quick update on the other side of the bracket too. G2 has defeated Tiny Rick. Tiny Rick going down to 0-2. They will go on to face Code 7, who beat Gringos. So it's G2 versus Code 7 in the round of 8. Envy has beat Team Curry. They will face the Life of Hanzo, who moved on 2-0 as well in the round of 8. That should be a good matchup. Life of Hanzo, an interesting team to watch lately. Mix-Up is awaiting their opponent. We suspect that might be Prime, but who knows with all their connection issues. We just brought you Ventus versus Luxury Watch, and they will be facing off in Cloud9, which is the lobby we're going to try to get into now. Cloud9, if you are unfamiliar, where have you been? They used to be Google Meet, a very, very good NA team, the top of the NA leaderboards at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Cloud9, they've had some very impressive showings. They've definitely making a case for themselves as one of the very best teams in North America, if not the best team in North America. They have been great this far. And looking at the map bans, we have C9 actually taking out the payload maps for Ventus. They have taken out Nimbani, taken out Dorado, and now they take out Ilios. So a little bit of a shift in strategy, but they are taking out some of the more common payload maps for better or for worse.
Yeah, and Ventus biting the bullet and taking out control points. Someone's got to do it generally in these maps. But also yesterday, we saw teams like banning out bans. Like their early bans were the ones they definitely didn't want to play on. So it's like, we just definitely don't want to play you on your best maps. We'll worry about capture points if that becomes an issue later. Ventus going a more traditional route, saying there's no way in hell we're ever playing a capture point. All 3 of them banned out. So we're down to 5 maps in our pool, and both King of the Hill is still alive. Well, 2 of the 3 King of the Hill still alive. One of the 3 King of the Hill still alive is Lijiang Tower now banned out.
So Ventus now has the ability to take out Ventus and force us to a 3 payload map series. That is on them, but no, they're in fact going to take out Kings Row. So Gibraltar, Hollywood, Nepal. If this goes 3, we will almost certainly see Nepal. And who knows, depending on the bans here, we might even go Nepal on the very first map.
So Gibraltar, Hollywood, and Nepal. We just saw Gibraltar not too long ago. Like I said, that's been kind of more upcoming in the last couple weeks. Teams have been favoring going to Gibraltar a little bit more. Hollywood, of course, is staple. I hope we get to the second stage of Hollywood. I love that part of the map. But we're either going to Hollywood or Nepal. I wouldn't mind kicking off some King of the Hill here.
Yeah, Gangs of King of the Hill would be some good variety. We haven't seen any King of the Hill today, although sometimes we get in the ruts where you get nothing but King of the Hill, but we're going to get variety in the series nonetheless. Payload maps there, and in fact, we are going to start things off with Nepal.
Very cool. I love Nepal. It's still a map that, oddly enough, IDDQD struggles on, which I think is one of the reasons we're actually seeing it a lot more played by teams, because I think teams are practicing it a lot more, getting a lot more comfortable on Nepal, knowing that it's a map that you can use to beat some of the top teams on it. So interesting. We're going to Nepal, maybe see some sniper action here or there. Should be a fun map.
Yeah, definitely. And just re-mention here, in case people get confused, Ventus, with their win in the first round, has actually elevated the ranking to 11. So congrats to them, moving on up, and might be moving on further if they could upset Cloud9 here today.
Yeah, our GosuGamers.net rankings update immediately thanks to our coverage guys who are working tirelessly. I don't think I've ever seen them sleep. I'm not even sure they're human. They could perhaps robots. So if you want rankings updated by the second, that is GosuGamers.net. Also, our Overwatch section is chock full of good content and things. We have editors who are also players and just really tapped into the scene. They're probably hanging out in chat. And of course, we're always listening to your feedback about our cast, our content, everything. You can find a way to contact us over at that website as well.
Definitely. So we're going to be getting into our round of 8 matchup in just a second. We do have a short AFK from a Ventus player, so that's going to hold on for at least a minute. But yeah, King of the Hill, it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of this. Certainly, Cloud9 has looked very, very good in the past, oftentimes powered off the Genji of Share 4 on King of the Hill maps. But in fact, we've seen teams sometimes shy away from Genji on King of the Hill. It's not always run double Zenyatta, double Genji Tracer all the time, though certainly has been effective. We've seen some degree of variety over time, which is interesting because in the previous weeks, we always saw sort of the more brawly team comps coming out, and I feel like teams are still trying to figure out what the best way to approach King of the Hill really is.
Yeah, we've seen Mei, we've seen Widow, we've seen Pharahs, we've seen 76s, McCree. Pretty much everyone gets play on this map, except for poor Bastion. Not even a corner for him to sit in on this map. So, I mean, it could be anything. Recently on Nepal, especially the second point, it's kind of been sniper duels, and tracers have been dominating it as well.
Definitely.
So while we have a minute, though, I would be remiss, again, I'm always remiss. We've been very remiss today. But I just want to shout out to not only our sponsors, DX Racer and Rockhat, but G2A is now on board with us. And if you guys want a copy of Overwatch, type giveaway into the chat. We'll get you all the details, and you can enter in for a drawing. We're giving away a copy today. We gave away a copy yesterday. We'll be doing it next weekend as well. So thank you to GTA for hooking people up with Overwatch.
Indeed. So we get in the game. No one has disconnected. At least I haven't. So no crazy reloads will be in play here. Of course, the teams do swap themselves randomly, which I think might get fixed sooner rather than later. I mean, Blizzard is aware of all these sort of weirdness things that come out, but...
Yeah, I'm excited to see Cloud9. I haven't seen them in a while, it feels like. Not since, like, last week. I think they lost to IDDQD in the finals. 0-3, unfortunately. But as I said, we don't get to watch a lot of the North American action during the week. So it'll be interesting to see what they run. Of course, very dominant until they ran up into IDDQD. They had been on a similar streak of simply not dropping sets to other teams. It looks like they were going to run Short 4 on Tracer. Kai will be on May. Adam will, of course, play Zenyatta. Reaver on McCree. Grego on Lucio. And Debit will run a Roadhog.
And looking at the Ventus side, we're going to have Nevix on the Genji, Mineral on Zenyatta, Icefeld on the Tracer, Evo on the Zenyatta, Rib on Symmetra, and Zebosai, Ranthix on the Lucio. Lucio, of course, really important just for even the early push here, just to get positioning. In fact, Ventus is going to get to the point a little bit quicker. The high ground that is oftentimes so contested as we go forward. And both teams starting the phase of poking, but... Yeah, Debit. We've seen a lot of good stuff out of Debit from his Roadhog in the past. We do see now Sheer 4 in the back as Tracer. Both orbs on him, so still has to be a little bit careful until he can rewind that off. And now we see Cloud9 really starting to bully Ventus a bit here. Moving forward, no kills just yet. Icefield, though, striking first blood, able to take out Adam, so good stuff from Ventus. In fact, Icefeld with the double kill now. So, now things paying off for Icefeld. We saw Icefeld go absolutely off in points in the last round versus Luxury Watch. And just like that, Ventus going to take 4 kills here. They're going to get control of the middle point here in a moment, and a good series for Ventus, though noting that Cloud9 is still able to sneak out about 9% of that point.
Yeah, so a very traditional double orb composition coming out, and as opposed to the kind of hodgepodge of characters coming out for Cloud9, now they were hitting their abilities, but it's just too much, and then when Icefall gets on a run, it's really hard to stop. He did so much damage, he's got his pulse bomb up, Short 4 also with his pulse bomb up as well, and here comes High Noon into the equation too.
Yep, so taking a look, looking at Debit as he comes in here. We're seeing a lot of good stuff from Roadhogs. May actually going to walk out the point, but look at Rib. Rib able to take out Short 4. That's 1 down now for Cloud9. We see the Dragon Blade coming up from Nevix. Nevix looking to get some work in here. Rib takes out... Reaver takes out Nevix, though, so in comes Reaver. Of course, we've seen Reaver go off in matches time and time again. He's been incredibly strong on McCree and hit-scan characters in general. Both teams down some players here, but look at Reaver. Reaver's starting to make work happen, but he goes down. 3 kills now, going in favor of the Ventus side. And while that was back and forth for a while, and it looked like Reaver might have been on shenanigans, really, we saw that Ventus is able to stabilize. And they're still holding on to the point. But the interesting thing of note here, more than anything else, is how Cloud9 approaches this. Because even though Cloud9 has been getting soundly beaten in some of these fights, they're able to sort of position onto the point to begin with, and they get a lot of percentage. I mean, these percentages are very close despite how the team fights have gone so far.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. They saw that the teleporter did go down and were unable to actually pick it off before dying, so there's good reinforcements coming up from Ventus now, and we do see a full transition from Cloud9 onto Double Orb themselves.
And taking a look at Sheer 4 here. Sheer 4 is going into the back. We do see the defensive sound barrier coming out from Ventus as they hold on here. Sheer 4, though, takes out the teleporter. Both teams vying for control of the point here. Reaver takes out Zebosai. So now a little bit of momentum going in favor of Cloud9 as they move forward. Kai takes out Nevix. Adam takes out Rib. And just like that, the pressure is going to be on. Cloud9 will retake the middle. And a good team fight for them.
Yeah, very nice. They were able to take out the reinforcement path on the teleporter very early in that fight and then absolutely just mop up. So transitioning seems to be the only way to defeat the double orb is play double orb, but play it a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. The change up from Cloud9 definitely paying some dividends, and we'll see now if they can hold. We do see the pulse bomb coming up from Reaver. Reaver able to take out Evo. That's a great pick coming out from Reaver. Reaver making good plays there. Sheer 4 about 30% away from a pulse bomb. Tracer builds up pretty quickly. Grego takes out Icefeld. So it's 2 down now for Ventus as they move forward, and now the Tracers are in pursuit. They're getting highly pressured, and Grego with the double kill has a Cloud9 Zenyatta. So Cloud9 coming right back, able to apply pressure, and now they're 19% away from taking round 1, even though if you look at overall team fights, I think Ventus actually won more team fights so far on this map.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of work to be done by the Cloud9 Zenyatas. They're both phenomenal FPS players, and really you want your Zenyatta to be able to kill people too. He's got such a good damage kit.
Yep, we see the Dragon Blade coming out now from Nevix, taking a look at him as he goes in. He's looking at value. 3 kills now for Ventus as they move forward. They're looking to retake this if possible. Transcendence does go down. Meanwhile, taking a look still at Nevix in the back, going to take out the teleport. The teleport actually has line of sight. So Cloud9 having a bit of issues here, trying to hold on and contest for as long as possible, but we're going to see Ventus retake the middle point, and now Cloud9 stuck with the prospect that they really need to retake this in the next push because they might not have time for 2 pushes now.
No, I think this is going to be their last push, and no ultimates up to work with, whereas Icefeld can maybe get a early pick on the flank with his Pulse Bomb. It really comes down to this.
Yeah, if Icefeld gets an early pick with the Pulse Bomb here, it's going to be huge. He goes for it, not able to land it, however. The Pulse Bomb will be down for this next fight. We do see the Sound Barrier coming down for Cloud9. Cloud9 rushing in, fighting for round 1 here on the Paul, and they're going to get right on top of the point. They have point positioning as a priority. Nevix, though, takes out Grego. Back and forth between two teams. Both teams 5v5 now, as we see Nevix going in. Has Adam in his sights. Will he be able to get Adam? Goes for the deflect. Has Surefour in on him. And the momentum now in favor of Cloud9. They're in very good position to retake this, and to retake this, there might not be another overtime, and Cloud9 could very well just take round 1.
Yeah, and these sentry turrets on the point are doing so much work. It was such a cool thing they did there. They transcended in, and usually you want your Transcendence to be hanging out with your damage classes doing damage. They set their damage classes outside of that point. Transcendence was hanging out with their Symmetra as she was setting up turrets to really, really finalize that point for them. An interesting play out of Cloud9 gets them the first stage.
Cloud9, I think what really did it for them in part 2 is that even in the fights they were losing, they made sure to get control of the point to begin with. They had a much bigger focus on the point than perhaps Ventus did, and that bought them a lot of extra percentage that very well could have made the difference overall.
Yeah, so, you see a lot of teams actually just go for fights and then maybe as an afterthought go for the point, but definitely a different strategy there. It's a good point to highlight. So it looks like we are going to see very similar compositions coming out from both sides, neither wanting to switch off double orb. It's kind of a game of chicken. First one to switch off of double orb will likely lose, so it's kind of just going to be a brawl in the middle. This is a much more open area than is the first stage, so we're going to see flankers kind of all over the place.
Interesting that we're not seeing it. We've seen a lot of teams try and run Widow on this point of Paul, but not going to see any Widow just yet. Cheerfor with the first kill of the game, takes out Rib. Reaver, meanwhile, flanking from the exact opposite side. We see this a lot where whether it be 2 Tracers, a Tracer Genji or otherwise, teams go in for the flankers on opposite side. Cheerfor able to take out Mineral. 2 kills now for Cheerfor, and he is starting to carry Cloud9 on the first engagement of round 2 on the Paul.
Yeah, very quick capture and a lot of kills still coming off for Cloud9 as their Genjis continue to crush people. Adam with a couple kills late in that fight.
Yeah, Adam...
Or not Genji, Zenyatta. Sorry, I conflate the two now.
Well, take a look here. As Cloud9 solidifies here, they do get control of the point firmly first, and now it's up to Ventus to sort of figure out how they crack in and deal with this. I think it's a little bit better to defend here positioning-wise. You do have the high ground defenders. Icefeld, though, able to take out Adam. Mineral taking out Reaver. That's 2 kills for Ventus as they move in. Taking a look at Icefeld. Icefeld in the back, putting a lot of pressure on both Zenyatta and Lucio is going to take this end. Takes out the Symmetra as well. Icefeld going absolutely nutty in the back line, and just like that, Ventus going to come back and recontrol the middle point. So both teams pretty evenly matched thus far, Hex.
Yeah, I mean, the kill feed has just been dominated by Zenyatta's. I mean, for both sides of the team, granted, there are 4.
Oh, look at the beautiful pulse bomb by Icefeld. Takes out both Zenyatta's. Wow.
So I mentioned earlier...
that stick is going to just delay Cloud9 for another 20 seconds at least.
I mentioned in our first set that taking out both Zens is important, but it's more important when you're playing a mirror match like this, where you're relying on your double orb versus double orb. That's an absolutely huge pulse bomb. Buys them at least 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely just a beauty by Icefeld. But look at the Surefour, they counter pulse bomb takes out 2 Zenyatta's. Surefour saying anything you can do, I can do better. As Cloud9 now, well positioned to come back. But look at this, Icefeld and Nevix coming back in for 3 kills of their own. And I do think Ventus might hold here, but Reaver does have something about that. He does have pulse bomb, is going to throw it out. Not killing 2 Zenyatta's that pulse bomb. Not that there's 2 Zenyatta's there to begin with, as he is on the Symmetra, going to have to back out a bit. Wow.
Oh, my sides.
Cloud9, the respawn's coming in. Defensive Sound Barrier coming out now for Ventus as they try and hold on. Cloud9 has recapped the point. Right now taking a look at Mineral. Mineral could transcend the point. The transcendence does come out as Ventus now trying to retake this. Icefeld takes out Cheerfor in a Tracer v Tracer battle. Good stuff coming from Icefeld. Look at Icefeld. He's in the back. Has Grego in his sights. Going to take him out as well. Reaver, though, takes out Zebosai. Back and forth on this Tracer play, but Icefeld doing a lot of work here, and he's just back and forth like crazy here, Hex.
Yeah, Nevix and Rib actually kind of finishing that off. If it would have stayed even for a little longer, then I would have given the advantage to Cloud9, as they've had their teleporter up. It is in the top right, where the teleporter is yet to be dropped for Ventus.
Indeed. So, right now what we have here, Ventus is on control of the point. They're going to go ahead and percentage, but Surefour able to take out Icefeld, coming right back. And now 65 in favor of Cloud9 as they move forward. Nevix holding on to the Dragon Blade is going to pop out the Dragon Blade, getting on both Zenyatas. Will slice that one, will he get the second? Looking for him, Adam being so evasive. He does kill Adam, but Adam wasted the rest of the Dragon Blade cooldown, if nothing else. But with both Zens down, I do think this is gonna be a little bit rough for Cloud9.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult. I mean, losing just kind of, it's the absolute power of your compensation. Not only Harmony Orb, Discord Orb, but also just, you know, the absolute DPS that a good Zenyatta can do.
And take a look here, Icefeld with Pulse Bomb at the ready. He's been very aggressive Pulse Bombs, sticking Zenyatta's left, right, and center. Doesn't stick the Zenyatta, but still kills him. Grego goes down to that Pulse Bomb. Icefeld takes out the Lucio for good measure, so that's a double kill for Icefeld. Has Adam in his sights. Will he get the triple kill here? He does. Icefeld going absolutely ham in the end part here, and as a result, round 2 goes to Ventus, and Hex, we are moving on to round 3.
We don't often get to round 3 in Nepal, and it should be fun. I wonder if they're going to run these same comps. It is a giant death pit in the middle. I would imagine they run these same comps. All I can hope for is what we saw yesterday, a transcended Zenyatta getting pulse bombed and launched off the cliff. It was the funniest scream I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, Zenyatta, you know, for a guy of Zen and whatnot, I don't think he approaches his death all that reasonably, because
No.
he is quite the death scream in the end, you know? You'd think he'd be like, you know, all things, it's part of the cycle, etc. No, you get the full-on death scream experience from
I mean,
Zenyatta.
if it's reincarnation, shouldn't he just be like, I'll be back? Like, isn't that what he would believe? They should mod that in. Anyway, it does look like we have double orb compositions, exactly mirror matches going on here. Yeah, we'll just see the mayhem continues under this third stage.
And definitely looking at Nevix here as Ventus moves forward. Surefour and Reaver. We have a Tracer, but Reaver actually switching up to Genji, so we're going to see some Genji play coming out of C9 here as both teams jockey for position on this point. You have to be careful, though, because point 3 Nepal, you can really get knocked off if you're not careful.
Yeah, not the most, you know...
Take a look at this. Icefeld able to get a strike first blood on Grego. Meanwhile, on the other side, Zenyatta in trouble to Surefour. Surefour able to get that pick off. Reaver takes out Nevix. So... fight's really taking place all around here, and Tracer's just hunting Zenyatta's left, right, and center. Dibet able to take out Mineral. So neither team taking control of the point here, but Cloud9 might be the first to take that. They will take control of the center point. Meanwhile, taking Icefeld. Icefeld on the Adam will get taken out. Adam able to be evasive, and Kai with the cleanup. So momentum going a little bit in favor of Cloud9 as they move forward here, get control of the point, and now Kai setting up some Symmetra turrets as well.
Yeah, I mean, getting that point, then being able to set up, too, they're in great position here. The only character on either side with really good positional changing abilities is Lucio, so we might see a boop, but definitely players just going for deathmatch, not trying to be fancy and let Gravity do the killing for them.
And Cloud9 doesn't want to give up anything. I mean, they're very, very deep in on the Ventus side. They want to try and lock this down as tightly as possible. Reaver is going to have Dragon Blade up right now, could be popping at any moment. Meanwhile, Surefour and Medrol, and here comes Dragon Blade coming up from Reaver. 2 kills from Adam and Grego. Contribution for all sides of Cloud9. 3 kills, and they're moving forward. They're trying to clean this up fully. Surefour takes out Mineral, dashing in there. Not too much off the Dragon Blade, but it certainly zoned people out, if nothing else, and let Surefour get in on the chase. We do see a Pulse Bomb come out there. Surefour takes out Evo. Gonna take out the Teleporter as well, so good value from there in Surefour. Surefour being an absolute pest in the back.
Yeah, we've seen Tracers just dominate King of the Hill maps by running this kind of style. It's the most one-sided stage we've seen so far. They're struggling to break out of their doorway.
Yeah, take a look at Icefeld. Icefeld is one person that could break this. We've seen him get good bombs in the set so far. A little bit of trouble time here for Ventus, though. They are really, really down on the point. They have not won a full team fight this entire time. They need to switch this around. Grego, though, saying no to that. Takes out Nevix. Now 6v5 for Cloud9 as Ventus tries to move forward. Icefeld still looking for his pulse bomb opportunity. Surefour being a pest in the back, something that you always have to worry about. Even with the Discord orb, he's very aggressive.
As soon as this Genji goes, they're going to come in because they have to go, and they have ultimates up right now.
There they go. The pulse bomb is stuck, but Adam counters with the Transcendence. That is not going to do anything. Meanwhile, we have a defensive Transcendence coming out on the point. Kai, I think, got knocked off into the pit. So Kai is going to be down 65 in favor of Ventus as they try to move forward. Adam and Surefour, though, doing work, getting 2 kills of their own. Nevix went down earlier in the fight. Just absolute pandemonium between the both teams. We do see Ventus. They were able to cap the point, but will they be able to hold it is the question. Reaver coming out with the Dragon Blade takes out the Lucio. Surefour takes out Mineral, and Cloud9 just like that gonna retake this. And I'm not even sure there's gonna be an overtime here. Cloud9 very close to winning round number 3, which will give them map number 1, and there it is. What a series of round techs. That was incredible.
Yeah, we rarely get to go to the third stage of Nepal, but I loved it. It was so close. Even the third stage, which is remarkably one-sided, just was a brawl the entire time, a non-stop fight, but Cloud9 eventually taking it.
Yeah, I mean, both teams show some great stuff. The Tracer back and forth on round 2 in particular. I think the highlight of the game for me was, all right, Icefeld goes back, bombs 2 Zenyatas. Surefour comes right back and bombs the 2 Ventus Zenyatas. So just awesome stuff. Great punches back and forth on both teams. But there must be a victor, and Cloud9 going to go up 1-0 over Ventus in our round of 8.
Yeah, the moment that you mentioned too, the double Zen kill, I couldn't believe it happened once, and for it to happen immediately again was fantastic. These Zenyatas, especially in the mirror match, become prime targets, and it's not only because of their abilities, but because we saw Zenyatas just murdering people too. It has become a topic for debate in community. Should something be done with Zenyatta? What should be done with Zenyatta? A lot of differing opinions from a lot of different players on the subject.
Yeah, definitely. I think for Zenyatta, the issue is you know, maybe it's too much having both Discord and Harmony up at the same time. Maybe Harmony Orb should be a little bit more linked to Zenyatta's distance. Yeah, we fall off on multiple different things in the game as a balancing factor. You know, what if Zenyatta's Orb had a little bit of fall off? So if you want to get maximum healing out of the Zenyatta has to be a little bit more in danger, because I think that's sort of the heart of it, right? Is that you see Tracer and Genji being super far in front, super poking. The Zenyatta is literally like 3 screens away.
AFK and spawn.
Way further back. So maybe the Harmony Orb shouldn't be that effective at healing when you're that far away. I get the entire idea is that Zenyatta's supposed to be able to heal from distance, but maybe not that long. I don't know if it should be anything as rough as the orb actually falling off after a distance, but you know, probably something needs to be tweaked there. And a lot of people think Discord Orb in general is perhaps a little bit too strong.
Maybe another notion that has been brought up too is that if he's going to have this great utility with Discord and Harmony, if you choose to leave those alone and leave them at the distance, then his damage kit has to be a little nerfed. He's got such a high clip, such a high fire rate, that a lot of people feel that even if you get on a Zenyatta, the ending is in pretty much doubt. He can duel those flankers pretty much by himself. He gets the orb on him, hits a couple headshots. He 2-shots most flanking classes in that scenario. So a lot of different things can be thought of on how to change him. There's actually, you know, a little plug here, a little pretty article on GosuGamers.net talking about the issue and talks to some pro players. So if you have time, check that out. But definitely a lot of discussion around him, especially since he's at the heart of probably the most popular composition in the meta right now.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we will be heading off to the one and only Watchpoint Gibraltar. Cloud9, of course, striking first blood in a very, very close set on Nepal, going all the way to round 3. Both teams show us some good stuff, but we'll see just where things go here on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Yeah, and as we load into map, if you guys haven't head over to our Matcherino page yet, just type !Matcherino in chat. That'll link you to our page. In the top right corner, you see a sign-in button that where you're already signed in to Twitch. Not a big deal. That'll sign you in through Twitch. Then you hit the donate button. You're saying, hey, wait, no, my wallet. And I'm saying, no, we have a code for you. GGNA3 will throw $1 into the prize pool. Donate for free, as we say. That prize pool goes all to the players. It's initially furnished by DX Racer, Rockhat, and G2A as well. We are at $453 already. Thank you to everyone who has donated and donated for free alike.
Indeed. So unless there's another side bug again, it will be Ventus on the attack here first versus the Cloud9 defense. And when I say side bug, every now and then you get to see blue team and red team in lobby, and usually blue is defense, red is attack. But every now and then the game will sort of inexplicably switch on you. And then, of course, it's like, oh, geez, from my end, I got to switch all the teams. But then the teams themselves sometimes will just ask for a remake because some teams really prefer to be on attack first, some really prefer to defend first, and you know, all the rest.
Yeah, if you want to witness those interesting bugs for yourself, giveaway in chat will enter you into a drawing for G2A, giving away a copy of Overwatch today, and we'll be back doing it next weekend too. I'm nailing these segues today.
You are. Wait, but how's the deal with bugs? If you want to observe these bugs in chat, I mean, I'm all for the G2A plug, but
I don't know.
That caught me a little off guard.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
So right now, just waiting for both teams to get ready. I believe one team had one person is AFK or something, but
yeah, we're waiting for another.
It's just esports. I think honestly, Overwatch runs faster than most games. So in terms of the players being ready, thinking back to games in the past, whether it be other FPS games or even Heroes of the Storm, people would inexplicably just have 10-minute AFKs for basically no reason.
Yeah, if you've ever run anything just so much as like a team or a tournament, a small pickup game, you know that getting 12 people, 12 gamers to do anything at the same time is like wrangling rabid cats. It is insanely difficult. So big shout out to the team managers who are always looked at as the bad guys, always yelling at people to be on time and whatnot. But without them, esports doesn't function.
Are they looked at as bad guys? I feel like a lot of the managers are. I feel like it varies from team to team.
I feel like when I was running tournaments, people didn't like me, but that might just be my personality in general.
Well then, taking a look here, defense and offense are on the proper sides. Rolling out for the Cloud9 defense, we're going to have Sheer4 on the Genji, Reaver on McCree, Kai on Symmetra, Debit on the Roadhog, and Grego on Zenyatta. So a little bit, not going full orb comp, but definitely enough to really buff up Sheer4 and let him go crazy in this game.
Yeah, kind of an interesting game. Usually you see Mercy with a Pharah to get that increased mobility. I wonder where the damage boost is going to go. You'd have to think initially on Reaver, and that's going to be their combo they're running. So a very interesting combination. Now, offensively, we are going to see pretty standard double orb god comp here. The sixth flavor being the Widowmaker. It's going to be played by Zebosai. Yes. Ray will play Symmetra. Icefeld, of course, on Tracer. Mineral and Evoke will be on the Zenyatas, and Genji will be played by Nevix.
Yep, so interesting to see what's going to come out for both teams on here. Will Zebosai be able to get picks? We saw him get some pretty good picks against the Luxury Watch. As he went forward, of course, double orb comp looking strong for Ventus, and we'll just see how it goes against the defense of Cloud9.
Yeah, I'm kind of really interested in watching this Mercy. She's actually damage boosting the Roadhog right now, so they're trying to get a very early first pick just with a hook.
Roadhog's damage is really no joke if he grabs you. He has some of the strongest damage in the game. The only real downside of Roadhog that is somewhat underrepresented is that he feeds ult to the other team like crazy, relative to basically any other character in the game. And look at this, Cloud9 very, very content to just give up a lot of ground here. They're going to defend further back. They give up the checkpoint absolutely for free, but they have to have something planned here for their next stage defense. In fact, we've seen Cloud9 have really good defense at this point of Gibraltar in the past as well. Sheer4 with First Blood does get on the Widowmaker, takes him out. That's going to be 6-5 now in favor of Cloud9. Looking at Sheer4 in the back, really Cloud9 just staying relatively close together. Sheer4 not going too crazy. Reaver able to take out Icefeld. Two people down now for the Ventus side as we move forward. And Nevix in a lot of trouble as Sheer4 in hot pursuit. The orb can only heal so much. Nevix trying to get away. I do think Genji v Genji has definitely gotten prolonged a lot now, though, with the health changes.
Yeah, well, time to kill has definitely been changing Genji as his damage is nerfed and his health is up. It's been something that Blues has been looking at. Is time to kill and life alive is something, metrics that they're definitely measuring.
Yep, we do see a hook coming up from Debit, not able to get him, but very, very close. Meanwhile, Icefeld, while holding the Discord Orb, does have a Pulse Bomb up, could look for a Pulse Bomb quickly, and with how tightly packed Cloud9 is, that can work out. Nevix takes out Sheer4, and here comes Ventus on the assault. Reaver able to take out Nevix, though. Both teams down a player. Pulse Bomb is down onto Roadhog, doesn't kill him just yet. Here comes the offensive Transcendence, as Ventus trying to push through that right side, but not having the great success. And I'm thinking about it, I don't think we've seen teams try and hold that much in that right room as much as we're seeing from Cloud9 right now. It seems like a pretty good place to hold, however.
Yeah, it's certainly, it gives you a good angle on the high ground, and I think in combination with the Roadhog hook, too, you can kind of completely deny the high ground in a very safe position.
Yeah, and I'm going to note something here also about the Cloud9 defense. Even though they get wiped out, so long as Adam is not one of the first casualties, they're going to be able to resurrect up and really hold on for a while there. They also have the teleporter, which is effectively another form of res, so if Ventus wants to get through here, they're going to need to get a very clean full team wipe. Anything that's scattered might not work out the way they want. So taking a look here, we do have a different approach coming out from Ventus here. They're going over the high ground, but cheating more towards the other side. Zebosai going to go down. I think he fell off a cliff, got pushed off or something. But he went down. Maybe he actually just wants to switch characters. We'll see. Sheer4 able to take out Evo. Sheer4 taking out Icefeld as well. Sheer4 using the Dragon Blade to good use in the backfield. Gonna back out after with the deflect. So Sheer4 getting his 2 kills. And Zebosai still in the Widowmaker, so I think probably just got knocked off by something. Reaver, though, takes out Zebosai. Rib able to punish a little bit. And here comes the Dragon Blade out from Nevix. Nevix switching the other side. Will get taken out, but not before taking out 2 members of Cloud9. And the payload is getting some good pushing here. We're gonna see if Cloud9 can hold on to it. Defensive Transcendence is out. That's going to stall up the cart. Adam hanging around there. Not used the res a little bit earlier in the fight. But here comes Ventus, momentum in their favor. Icefeld takes out Grego, Zebo to pick on Reaver, and they are threatening hard now, Alex.
Yeah, this has just been going on forever, just kind of back and forth here and there. Pulse bombs go down, picks on both sides, 2-2. Zebo still looking for picks. Short4 is going to try to...
Zebo, yeah, Shore4 is getting in on that, saying, wait a second, stop that. Note that you can't deflect the turret, and Nevix comes in from the back, is going to take out Shore4. So... I do think we are getting a bit of attrition now on the Cloud9 side. Ventus slowly pushing through, but Cloud9 is not making this easy on them whatsoever.
Now it looks like they might, maybe, nope, not going to get the second point overall now. They're still looking for those picks. Zebo takes down Gregor.
Oh, and look at that. Reaver with 2 kills, but gets blown up by Icefeld. Icefeld dies in the process. However, so back and forth, but look at this res coming up from Adam. Reconstitutes the Cloud9 defense on top here, and Cloud9... good defense and nice shots coming out from Reaver as well.
Really?
Reaver now versus Zebo side, McCree versus Widowmaker. Not an easy fight for the McCree, definitely Widow favored. But McCree can win it if the Widow misses enough shots.
Yeah, really nice res there. I mean, they're kind of, it was patient on it. He made sure that his team was alive, that it was going to benefit him to bring people back up, that he wouldn't just res people right into their own death again. Nice patience by Adam on support.
Look at Reaver right now. Reaver able to take out Nevix very, very clean in the back. And Cloud9 really starting to stabilize a bit here. And I got to think, if not already, Kaikai's going to have his teleporter back up pretty soon. And that's going to make for a lot of trouble for Ventus as they keep trying to push forward here.
Yeah, and meanwhile, this cart has gone back a solid 10 meters or so, and it is now rolling down the hill. It was inches away from capping the point earlier, but they were able to hold. Now they're holding on this high ground again. I think they would like to reestablish in this left side room again.
Yeah, Zebasar right now looking for picks. Debit, though, able to take out Nevix. That is a very key offensive member out now for Ventus as they move forward. Shore4 getting in the backline. Down goes Zebasai with the aid of Reaper. And Cloud9 find themselves able to push up forward and really push Ventus back. Yeah. We do have a Dragon Blade coming out now from Nevix. Nevix, though, going to go down.
Well, Nevix and Evo able to get in the back line. I think there's almost a little too much freelancing here by Debit as he tried to go way up. He went on the high ground looking for a pick alone that they didn't really need. Now they're in a kind of a rough position, but Icefeld kills himself.
We are getting some better picks out from Ventus here. They're starting to make some momentum, but again, this defensive Cloud9 has just been absolutely smothering towards Ventus. They're getting on top of the cart. They're not going to give this away for free. Offensive Transcendence is out. Debit right now going in the back, trying to take out the Widow. Not going to get it. Taking a look at Shore4. Shore4 with the Dragon Blade, trying to do anything, but this is 4 kills now for Ventus. And finally, they might be able to get forward as Shore4 goes down. And there it is. The hangar phase has begun. The spawn points will move forward, but Cloud9 not making that easy on them at all.
No,
wow.
That was a really impressive hold, a really long delay. Now they kind of have to finish the map and hope to stop them somewhere else on the map because right now this time is looking brutal.
Yeah, there's only about 3:07 left after the capture in terms of time, so we'll see if they can get through the hangar phase perhaps a little bit quicker to make up some time. But that was a defensive gem by Cloud9 and something you don't see very often on Gibraltar.
Well, they have really good momentum going through the shuttle too. We already have the Widow up top here, and we've seen that if you can take your momentum from first and already ride through the hangar phase of the game, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely a defensive Transcendence coming out here from Grego. I think he was a little bit under pressure there, didn't want to get picked off. Meanwhile, we have Nevix coming out the Dragon Blade, is able to take out Adam, and Ventus now starting to make some good time through the hangar phase. Cloud9 not able to get as established as perhaps they would have liked. Nevix will go down in the back. Grego and Shore4 combining for 3 kills on there, and they're going to potentially take out Icefeld. Down goes Icefeld. And Cloud9 finally perhaps getting a little bit of stability here, but they need to push Ventus back a little bit more if they want to feel secure.
Yeah, they're not going to have a whole lot of time to reset up too. This aggressive teleporter went up even before that last push. They're already in the hangar with the teleporter, just so huge.
Oh, nice pump from Shore4. Shore4 goes down Nevix, but not before staggering at least 1 more death on the Ventus side. So, again, just great defense coming up from Cloud9. Very solid, almost we use an FL analogy, a bend but don't break defense here, but they're just absolutely stalling out Ventus and then some. And they only have to hold for 1:38 to stop this entirely.
Yeah, so they do have defensive sound barrier up too. It's really going to be up to Icefeld to nail a huge pulse bomb here to start getting this momentum going again. The teleporter is not up. They're going to have trouble breaking through just into the hangar. A
nice net by Zebasai takes out Shore4, but Reaver with the immediate follow-up avenges him right away. That's going to be another 4 people down for Ventus, and Cloud9 just looking really, really good thus far.
At a certain point, you have to question the value of this Widow. I mean, trading 1-to-1 on a Widow is not exactly helping your team a ton. You're not taking out high priority targets either. Zebo has done some work this game, but I don't know if it's enough to justify staying on Widow right now.
Yeah, Zebo, I mean, we've seen him land a lot of good shots, but he's been getting very highly pressured. Nevix right now takes out the teleporter, so at least that part will be down. Nevix getting some work done in the backfield. Looking for an extra kill if he can get. Meanwhile, we have the Dragon Blade coming out from Reaver. Reaver slicing and dicing. One person down for both seats here. Nevix also with the Dragon Blade, so Dragon Blades forever in here. Taking a look at Nevix's point of view as he moves forward. Mineral able to take out Kai. Offensive Transcends is out. Ventus now trying to make this their push. I think they know they have no chance, but look at that Rib with the 3 kills on Symmetra. Wow. I was going to say, I think they know they have no chance if they don't get on this push, but they are able to push forward. I do think they're going to bring this forward at least a little bit more. 2:16 on the clock as they move forward, and really, really nice stuff coming up from Ventus in the end to break through the Cloud9 defense.
Yeah, I mean, Nevix doing some good work right now, and then, like, just the last second.
But he gets taken out by... Honestly, Genji has issues versus Symmetra from time to time. It's no joke.
Yeah, I mean, that last push looked pretty bad. Their first Transcendence came off and they had to use it to retreat. It never feels good to be retreating in Transcendence. However, they had a second Transcendence in their back pocket, used it to push, and they were able to catch it. Shortford comes in, though, doing a lot of work, gets 2 kills quickly.
Yeah, sure, for able to take out Mineral. And now a minute 40 left for Ventus to complete the map. Again, Cloud9 making them fight for every step of the way. Even if they complete the map, it's not going to be the fastest of times. Sure4 in the back with the double kill, keeping a lot of pressure on. In fact, we saw this in our previous setup where I believe it was Ventus on the other end of this, where they just, you know, kept a whole lot of focus on the spawn and made it really, really difficult for Luxury Watch to even push out. And now Ventus getting that treatment from Cloud9 here. And look at that pulse bomb going in deep, takes out both Zenyatta's in the back. Well played from Sure4 there. So, taking a look at Sure4 still in the back. Reaver is holding on to a Dragon Blade as well. But Sure4 alone just making this very, very hard for Ventus as it's rough times. Meanwhile, Nevix coming out with the Dragon Blade, trying to crack through. Getting on the Zenyatta's, is going to get taken out by Kai though. Kai rushes right in there as a champion, takes him out. Sure4 takes out Mineral. 2 down now for the Ventus side. Make it 5 as Sure4 and Reaver combine for a whole bunch of kills. And we finally see, I believe, Zebosai switching off to a Lucio.
Yeah, I mean, finally, maybe a little late, actually. He's not going to be able to get Soundberry up on time to be able to help for a push.
We got Sure4 versus Nevix here. Nevix does not have an orb. He is in a bit of trouble. Sure4 does have Pulse Bomb, looks for the stick on Zen, not able to get the stick on Zen, but still is drawing a lot of people back as only 20 seconds remain now for the attack from Ventus. And if they even want to complete the map, they're going to have to take out all of Cloud9 here and just keep pushing. But for Sure4 and Grego getting 2 kills, that is making that prospect very unlikely indeed.
That last gasp here, as it were, you kind of have to stay on the cart constantly, but you can't do that when you're bleeding players. That's 3 kills for Cloud9 now, and it's going to push everyone off this cart. That is going to be it. They will not complete the map. We saw they just got totally Gibraltared there, and it just when your momentum stops, the areas of spawn on Gibraltar for offense are so brutal to get back into a place where you could actually fight effectively, both into the hangar and on this last point, getting through those doors. Absolutely brutal.
Yep. So the lane teams know is that able to take another time there for the last cap. If Cloud9 caps that last point faster than Ventus did, they will win the map outright on their attack run.
Fair enough.
But man, that Cloud9 defense is something. I think their Gibraltar defense has been some of the most impressive, not the most impressive that I've seen across a whole bunch of teams.
Yeah, it was really cool to just kind of hold that doorway. A lot of teams will only take high ground, though, and if they lose high ground, they'll fall back to kind of just middle, where the cap would, where the point would eventually cap there too. But holding that left room, not only do you have pack in there, so you're taking that pack. I mean, it's team-oriented pack control, right? Pack control, of course, something to focus on while you're dueling. Make sure you're getting the pack and your partner or your opponent is not. So kind of team-oriented, taking that pack room away, setting up with the Symmetra in there, and then being able to pluck people off the high ground with those hooks. I thought it was a really cool setup. Not something we see out of a lot of teams, but that may change soon.
Yeah, definitely. So, taking a look at the teams as they assemble here, this is now going to be, of course, Cloud9's turn to attack. They have given themselves a lot of time to work with for even capturing the second last point. Of course, they're a true win condition. If they complete the map outright, they will win. They will go through here and finish out the series 2-0 over Ventus.
Yeah, so I think, you know, maybe something switched up on our overlays. We had Cloud...
The score, the score had messed up at some point during the switch, but that's...
You're only human, despite reports to the contrary. You know, you can make mistakes sometimes. I forgive you. I don't know if chat will, but I forgive you. So on defense, we are going to see actually a very similar style. Like I saw, you know, teams just copying what works here. as it appears that Zeba will be running the Roadhog for them. Mineral will be on Mercy. Nevix will be on Genji. Esfelt on McCree. Rib on Symmetra, and Evoke on Zenyatta. So apparently that's the new comp.
His new comp, indeed. Taking a look at things here. And Reaver, of course, we've seen him do a lot of work on his Widowmaker. As we look at the Cloud9 team, with, of course, Reaver on the Widow, Debit, you mentioned on the Winston, and it's going to be interesting to see what comes out here from the Cloud9 side, how they play this, and it's good to see Winston coming back at least a little bit. He was sort of absent for a while.
Yeah, I think a lot of people took those shield nerfs a little too much into consideration, but now we saw the great mobility as we saw Luxury Watch use him to great effect in the hangar stage as well. So offensively on this map, I think Winston definitely has his place. Really good at trying to control high grounds, and Gibraltar is very much high ground oriented in different stages of the game.
Absolutely. So taking a look here, Reaver now going up the left side, looking for those early pickoffs. And will he be able to get one? If he does get an early pickoff, it makes this attack very, very easy for Cloud9. We've seen Widow Field offenses do a lot, but look at where Ventus is standing there, being very, very defensive. They're all the way in the back, and they might just try and do the similar style of defense that Cloud9 did. Meanwhile, taking a look at Surefour. Surefour already deep in, looking for that harassment, pushing things back as Cloud9 moves a payload up, and they're going to get to the first checkpoint very, very quickly. But today, that's been sort of the norm for Gibraltar in general.
Yeah, the first checkpoint, like, I even forget it exists on this map. It's right underneath this first arch. It's almost never held at all. Almost kind of just want to remove it, but they're holding this room very strong.
Indeed. So take a look at Surefour now.
They don't care.
Here comes the Dragon Blade from Surefour. Surefour getting up very quickly. Reaver takes out Icefeld. 2 kills now for Cloud9. We do have a defensive resurrect coming up. Surefour saying, I'll just slice them down again. 3 kills so far for the Cloud9 team as they move forward. Kai able to pick off another. Surefour taking out the Mercy. And just like that, Cloud9 might be getting through this point with incredible haste. A point that took Ventus a long time to get through, Hex.
Yeah, they've got great momentum going into this hangar. I imagine they try to set up on the high ground before it can happen. What's really important to watch is to see where Kai comes in here, because he wants to get this teleporter in. It's so hard to break into this hangar once the door closes behind you that it's really important to have an offensive teleporter somewhere in.
Yeah, definitely. So we see here going in, we see Surefour going in on the Zenyatta, looking for the pickoff, very close, needs to land one more right click, doesn't get it. Zenyatta able to juke him out a little bit as Surefour still going for the kill, finally gets out Mineral, but Mineral doing a great job of staying alive and effectively making Surefour die for that kill. Yep. Meanwhile, Cloud9 pushing into the hangar. Reaver, if a great pick on Icefeld, able to take him out. Widow is one of those heroes that oftentimes can be very, very good against Tracer. It requires a top-notch Widow and some good reads. So Cloud9 moving forward, fueled by this Winston, fueled by the Widow. Payload moving forward, pushed by 3 people, and if they get through this hangar phase anytime soon, Cloud9 will be taking the map, and they will be taking the set. Yeah,
the offensive teleporter came in, they were unable to take it out, they were able to reinforce and get on the carp. However, defense showing up strong now, they force the Transcendence out of Adam.
Indeed, Nevix coming in with a triple kill on the Dragon Blade. Really good stuff coming after him. Surefour trying to do some work in the back, will get taken as well. 3 kills now. Extra for the Ventus side, and they're going to take out Cloud9 and buy themselves some very, very vital time. And in fact, if they want to lose outright here, Hex, they effectively have to hold for the next 6 minutes at the least.
Yeah,
not impossible, but a hard job.
Not an ideal situation, but it is nice to see the cart moving back. There is no inside teleporter, so breaking in and creating a presence in this hangar is going to be absolutely difficult as there's only 4 small doors. They do kind of fake one side and kind of head their flankers to the other side.
Yep, so taking a look here, the defense pushing a little bit further up, trying to keep Cloud9 back as much as possible, make them fight for every inch of ground. Meanwhile, Kai getting taken out by Nevix. Nevix with some good work there. Meanwhile, we have Nevix versus Reaver on the top. Surefour with a little bit of razzle-dazzle going way up into the air, and he's going to push that back. Debit and Reaver, meanwhile, combining for 3 kills. Icefeld in the back does take out Debit, but Cloud9 with momentum on their side as they move forward here.
Yeah, it looks like Reaver with a bunch of kills on his Tracer there, though, too, and they're going to be able to hopefully, start pushing this card. There was a little delay there. They're going to kind of bully out what's in front here. Of course, this is how this composition works. You send your flankers in very far forward to keep those doorways shut, keep the defense away from you, and I don't even know if they can get in to stall this out.
We do see a Dragon Blade coming out from Surefour, and I think it's almost a zoning Dragon Blade. It's not even needed. That is going to be GG. Cloud9 caps in quicker than Ventus there, and they will move on to our semifinals. So good stuff coming out from Cloud9. A really close set on the Paul. A great defense coming out from them on Gibraltar, and that's going to be enough to punch their ticket forward.
Yeah, now I'm curious to see if maybe I'll have to ask them if Ventus had been running that kind of room defense that we saw Cloud9 do, or they were just trying to mimic it after it gave them so many problems too. Because it seemed like they were kind of unprepared, didn't have an answer to deal with that defense on the first or on the second point of this map, and that's what really slowed down their time.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is Cloud9 moving on. We've had some interesting stuff in the brackets too, and we're out of this game. We're going to touch on a little bit of bracket drama happening.
Oh, bracket drama.
Teaser.
See, now I have to actually just go look at the bracket while we're watching the end of this game.
Aw.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Prime versus Cooldown, right?
Nope.
Really?
Look at the
even more bracket drama than that.
Look at the bottom side of the bracket.
Oh yeah, Code 7 take out G2. Interesting.
Code 7's a team we've seen a lot of. They always play, and I've had such respect for them because they do so. Let's watch this play of the game, though. I think this is a 4-kill Dragon Blade from Nevix.
A lot of Genji ults going down here today, but Nevix going in, takes out Kai and Grego, and...
He takes out the sniper here, yep.
Yep. Dragon Blade is something that we've seen since the patch doing a lot more work in general, just because Genji is tankier now. Instead of having 200 HP of Symmetra, he has 250, which makes him really darn hard to kill as he's coming in with Dragon Blade and slicing everything to ribbons.
But yeah, as far as your drama bracket, or bracket drama too, I didn't even notice that. Prime didn't beat Cooldown.
So from what I heard from there, from the Prime side of things, is that I guess they had a lot of DCs going on, or something that, at least that's what I heard going on. Not to take anything away from Cooldown, of course, but that was at least the story going on there. So a little bit of rough luck to Prime, but, you know, a good showing from Cooldown nonetheless.
Yeah, maybe next week. So Cloud9 will be moving on into our semifinals. They await the winner of Mix-Up versus Cooldown. Meanwhile, in the lower side of our brackets, Envy took out, or NVS rather, formerly known as Hubris, took out the Life of Hanzo 2-1. So the Life of Hanzo took a map off Envy. Also interesting to note. Code 7 beating G2 is stunning to me because I think G2 has been playing phenomenally, especially lately. And Code 7, while they're a team that we've seen in tournaments a lot, we don't see them often in the second round, and now they're going to the third round, so good on them. They have to go through Envy next, but maybe they can ride some of the momentum. They haven't been beaten yet today.
Yeah, I mean, Code 7 going a good showing, and really, let's not overlook Life of Hanzo. Life of Hanzo, that's a team we've been keeping a very close eye on. They are effectively, if you go back to Beta 1, the other half of Non-Enigma, the Seagull-less half of Non-Enigma, if you will, plus some very, very good players in them. So taking a map off MVS, no small feat. Big shout to them. Sadly, they will go down in the round of 8. We're waiting now on the results of Cooldown versus Mix-Up. We'll likely be bringing you Cloud9 versus the winner of Mix-Up versus Cooldown in our semifinals. Definitely should be a good game regardless of who is in there. That being said, this is the GosuGamers Overwatch Weekly North America Cup. We're going to be taking a short break as we set that up for you guys. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned.